Right now I'm separating my eggs. I'm doing a third of the recipe, so I'm going to save these whites for use in another way. Maybe make some breakfast. Right now I'm using the shell to help me separate the eggs, just because I don't have gloves, which would be the sanitary way to do it, in my hand. So I'm going to use the shell, old fashioned, and I'm separating about 4 eggs to do a third recipe for mayonnaise and a quarter recipe for hollandaise sauce, which is the mother sauce for béarnaise. I have an air fryer that I may use to roast my asparagus. Basically, that's a tabletop convection oven, and just an easy way to cook things without heating up the house, as it is getting quite warm here in Texas. So that's the plan for that. It takes about 5 minutes to heat up, and then it has a maximum cooking temperature of 400 degrees. I think it'll be perfect. Mine is a basket style, so it will be great for doing the asparagus. So now that I've got my eggs separated, I've got my whites here and my yolks here, 4 individual yolks. I'm gonna go ahead and put a lid on these whites and put them in the fridge, and maybe make an egg white omelet tomorrow. Here I've got a head of romaine lettuce that I got from the store. Really important to make sure that you wash your veggies before you use them. And I'm going to go ahead and do that now. My sink has been cleaned and sanitized before starting, so I start with a nice clean work environment. Put these eggs back in the refrigerator. And I'm also going to put these yolks back in the refrigerator for now, since I'm not using them. That way we'll stay. So my lettuce has some brown pieces on it. I'm going to go ahead and pull off those leaves. They're the outer leaves. Not necessarily the best. Now I'm getting like more into the center, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull off the brown parts of the leaves so that I can have a pretty good sized Caesar salad. I have some bread cut to make croutons. Also going to do that in the air fryer, I think. So now that I've got my head of lettuce, all the brown spots picked off, I'm going to go ahead and pull the leaves off completely and just allow them to rinse in the sink. And I want to get this done ahead of time so the lettuce has a chance to dry. It'll be nice and crisp, and it will hold the dressing for the Caesar salad. You don't want to have wet leaves. The dressing won't stick to the leaves, so they'll be kind of runny. And I'm here in the heart, getting all of that separated. I'm just going to pull off the stem here and pull off all of these yummy leaves. And as you can see, the lettuce is rinsed. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these out and let them drain in the sink. I've got this handy dandy little bowl I'm going to set them in. Go ahead and make sure there's no dirt. I don't own a salad spinner, so I'm not spinning my romaine, as would be the best way to get the water off, but I'll just shake them for now and get them positioned over here. In the other sink. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead. I've already cut up. I had a baguette that I bought last week, and I knew that I was going to use it for croutons, so I just let it get old on top of the refrigerator. And I went ahead and sliced that into little pieces, and I'm gonna coat those with some olive oil and some fresh garlic and other spices. Let me a little Italian seasoning and get that in the oven. I did say I was going to use my air fryer for that. Cool part about the air fryer is it actually has a basket inside, and I can just put that in there. I'm going to go ahead and preheat my air fryer. Olive oil is brand new. Open that. And I'm just gonna go ahead get all this bread in this bowl. That way I can sort of drizzle and coat the bread. Really important to continue to wash your hands as you cook for sanitary reasons, especially nowadays with COVID-19 in the house. All right, a little garlic powder. Probably should have did this on a sheet pan, I think. That way I know everything is coated evenly. Yeah, sprinkle some garlic powder. And this is for the croutons that are going to be used. A little bit of onion powder in the Caesar salad. I like to use bread that's a little bit stale because it will hold the seasoning well, and it'll give you a nice crunch. So I'm going to do a little pepper. This is just black pepper and some kosher salt. Once the air fryer dings, we will put these in the air fryer for probably about 5-10 minutes. It really doesn't take that long. The air fryer, it's tabletop convection oven, so should be a fairly quick process. And let's see, I think I'm gonna start with my Caesar salad dressing once I'm waiting for these to go into the air fryer. Get my spices put up. And my recipe for Caesar salad dressing, I'm going to make a garlic paste with some fresh garlic. They didn't have fresh garlic when I was in the store, so I went ahead and bought the garlic that was already peeled. And I'm going to sneak behind the camera and grab a plate. And I'm going to make a little bit of garlic paste. I think I'm going to go ahead and get some more. The air fryer is heated. We heard it ding. And I'm just going to go ahead and place these bad boys in the basket. The great part about the air fryer is the air that moves around and gets in here. So we've got some good seasoning, so that's that. Takes just a little bit of oil in the air fryer, which is cool. So I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes and we'll come back to it and check where we're at from that. I don't know about you, but I have favorite utensils that I like to use, specific forks that I like better than other forks. Alright, I got a couple of good size. These cloves that I had were just little babies. So these are good size garlic cloves. And I'm just going to take a fork and smash them. Now, ideally, a mortar and pestle would be a great way. It's just not something that I have. So the fork is old school and it will work. In theory. Sometimes if the garlic is a little bit harder, you can smash it with the back of the knife first, just to sort of get started. If the fork, isn't working as easily for you. As a kid growing up, I went to a lot of nice restaurants with my family, and one place in particular we would go to served the Caesar salad right at the table, and they had the beautiful wooden bowl. And they made the dressing right in the bowl for you right at your table. So that was kind of a fun experience as a child. I'm very fortunate because I've been exposed to some finer dining when I was younger and growing up in the restaurant business. I've been exposed to food. Now, on the flip side of that, I've not been exposed to very many unique foods. I've not traveled outside of the country, so I haven't experienced fresh meat, like in places like Brazil and things like that. The steak is so fresh, the meat is so fresh that it's still blue. It's not pink like it is here when we get it in the market. So I'm just crushing this up. You really want it to be a paste. It's meant to be a part of the dressing. It's what gives the dressing its flavor. I like a lot of garlic. I just got rid of my blender, and I probably should have kept it for this. I had a Ninja blender, but it was not. It's just too big for what I needed, but it would have been helpful to have today while I'm having to make mayonnaise. I only own one stainless steel bowl, but I have lots of containers, so once I make my mayonnaise, I will be able to get it into a container and put it in the refrigerator to chill it. So I've got my bowl out, and I've got my whisk, and I'm getting ready to make mayonnaise, which is the basis for the Caesar salad dressing. So I do have lemon. Unfortunately, I don't have anchovies. I did not remember to buy anchovies to make this Caesar salad, unfortunately. So I'm still mashing up. My air fryer dinged. Let's check our croutons. Yep, they're pretty pretty good. I think we'll go a little bit longer. They're not quite brown. I'm gonna mix them up a little bit. And I think I'm gonna drizzle a little more olive oil. Okay. I don't want them to be greasy, but I do want them to get a little bit more of a crisp. So another 5 minutes. We're gonna come back to this.